going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another transfer stream for you guys, and we have our second transfer of the summer signed, sealed and delivered, and that is Fraser Forster. It's obviously no secret. It's been imminent for a number of weeks now, and finally it is over the line. There you see him holding up the Spurs shirt, and the official announcement was Fraser Forster signs for Tottenham Hotspur on a 2-year deal until 2024. We are delighted to announce the signing of Fraser. Welcome to Spurs. And one of the quotes from him is saying, when a team like this comes along, it's impossible to say no. I can't get here fast enough to get it done. Obviously, it ticks a few boxes. It ticks the homegrown quota. It ticks a sub-goalkeeper after letting Galini go, obviously. And I think that, you know, what he showed this season in Spurs from when I did see him, especially in that game against Arsenal, and I believe a game against Man City as well, you know, he performed really well. And I think he'll be good as a backup keeper, and I believe he probably is better than Galini. And against us as well. In fact, when we drew 1-1 at St Mary's last season, that game when Southampton went down to 10 men, Forster made 10 saves in that game, which is more than any other keeper made in any Premier League game the whole of last season. So he definitely has pedigree against us. Look, and he helped us get top 4 before even joining us. So that's a massive positive. Do I think he's better than Galini? It's hard to say, because Forster's done well this season. But it's a bit of a weird one with Forster, because he joined Southampton about in like 2014-ish, around that time, for decent money, like 12 million from Celtic, and he was quite good at Celtic as well. And then he was in the team for a few years, and then he got dropped for a while. He was out the team. And I think Alex McCarthy was playing. You got Gunn. I can't remember his first name, but you got Angus Gunn. He was playing for large spells, but he did fight his way back into the team.
Celtic as well, didn't he?
And he went back on loan to Celtic for a bit. But then he came back and he fought his way back into the team. And last season he was their number one. So it was a bit of a strange one with Fraser Forster. We're going to get a Southampton fan on shortly. He'll give us more to tell us more about him. But I think as backup keepers go, he's got Champions League experience. He's got, I think, maybe one cap for England. I think he has. I'm pretty sure. And maybe
he's actually had a few more caps for England. He's had about 6 caps for England.
Okay, 6 caps for England. Not too many, but he's had a few caps. Got Premier League experience.
All in friendlies, albeit.
Yeah, homegrown. So I think it's a transfer that makes sense, and he's in good form as well. 6'7" or so. He's a giant goalkeeper. Yeah. Really, really big. So I think it's a transfer that makes sense for all parties.
I agree, and he looks like, from what I've seen from the outside looking on, he looks like a good character to have around, and obviously been around the block a few times. So yeah, I'm happy with the signing. Obviously, it's just a sub keeper, so it's nothing really to get too excited about. But it's a position that we needed, homegrown quota. And let's go and have a look how Spurs announced the transfer and see a few other various tweets going around Twitter about the signing.
Yeah, so let's bring on the phone. All right, so Spurs, this is how Spurs announced the transfer on Twitter. Very lovely stuff. There's Fraser Forster. And then, there you go. We're delighted to announce the signing of Fraser Forster. Welcome to Spurs, Fraser. And they had a few more shots of him. Well, hashtag welcome Forster. That's Spurs there on social media, getting good reactions there. And he had a message for the fans as well. I don't know if you can hear this. He had something to say. He's delighted to join Tottenham Hotspur. Absolutely fantastic stuff. But he does replace one character in Galini, who was known to be a very good influence in the dressing room. But unfortunately, he's no longer going to be part of the squad. But hopefully, Forster can kind of take the reins on that front and be that character that maybe Galini was. Because Galini got on very well with a lot of the players. And I think Forster will probably know a few of the English lads. But hopefully that could play a part into his influence in the dressing room. He says, when a team like this comes along, yeah, as you said, it's impossible to say, no, I couldn't get here fast enough to get it done. So it's very, very exciting in that sense. And he seems
to be happy with the move. I think at his stage of a career, when you got a chance to join a club like Spurs, it's no surprise that he jumps at the chance. You heard Ben Forster talking about how he would be really happy to be a number 2 at someone like Arsenal and know his role, and maybe Fraser Forster sees himself like that as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's coming towards the end of his career now, Fraser Forster, and I think like if he can, like to work under Antonio Conte late in his career. For the career he's had, he would never be in this kind of position. You know, working under Antonio Conte, a team fighting for Champions League, maybe more in the Champions League. I mean, it's a first for him in his career. So obviously he was playing in the Champions League for Celtic, but it's not the same. So I think that it's definitely a good step for him in his career, and maybe his experience, he can teach a few of the younger generation coming through a bit of experience, maybe the goalkeepers coming through the ranks as well in the academies. So, yeah, I think it's good for all parties that he has signed, and I don't envisage him getting much game time. Do you see him playing maybe in the early stages of the cups and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because a lot of the number 2, a lot of the number 2 keepers in the other clubs, they play a lot of games. You know, you got to just look at City and Liverpool and Chelsea. The number 2 keepers play all the cup games and a few Champions League games as well. So I do expect him to play some cup games. I do. But when it gets, surely when it gets to semi-finals, finals, Lloris has to be the one in goal. But I do expect him to play quite a lot of the cup games. And if Conte goes the way of what Pep and Klopp do, then I do expect he could even be playing finals. Because, you know, you see Kelleher and you see Stefan play in the cup finals and semi-finals for the big clubs. So it's very possible you could be seeing Fraser Forster on these big occasions, potentially. You obviously would hope that Lloris gets picked just because he's been here for so long. So I'm assuming if we get to a final, Lloris will play. But judging by what other clubs do, it's very possible he could be playing in the big games. Interestingly, in 134 Premier League appearances, he's kept 42 clean sheets, which is fairly impressive. I think that's still not a bad ratio. 42 clean sheets in 134 games. For Southampton, it's not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But, you know, a lot of different moving parts, not just him that keeps those clean sheets. But, yeah, definitely impressive. And like I said, look, I'm happy to get him through the door. Now we just need to keep focusing on different targets. Defender next, hopefully. Left centre-back next. And we say where we go, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Have we looked through everything on Twitter and stuff like that?
Yeah, not everything. Not everything. There's also one more video I want to bring up, and this is Celtic fan. I'm not sure where they are. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me know in the comments if you can hear this, because it's a very funny song made of Fraser Forster. Oh, I have to charge my phone. This is brilliant. No, they can't hear it. Why can't? Oh, one sec. What about now? Can you hear it now? One sec. No, they can't hear it. Oh, anyway, they can't hear. We have.
Either way, go to our like tweets on Twitter. You'll be able to see it. But it's very funny. A lot of, it looks like school kids or something singing some sort of Fraser Forster song.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Stuart Davidson says he can hear. I don't know. I think he's lying. All right. So I think our Southampton fan might be ready. Let's go through a few more liked tweets before we get him on. Fraser Forster here, according to Who Scored. 10 saves in Southampton's 1-1 draw against Tottenham in December. No goalkeeper made more saves in a Premier League match last season. If you can't beat them, sign them. And obviously, he had that brilliant man of the match performance against Arsenal back in, I think it was April. So that did actually go a long way to securing Tottenham a top 4 place.
Yeah, it did.
It
did, and I was very, I was shouting his name from the rooftops after that game. How many point blank saves did he make that day?
Yeah, loads. So really impressive.
Yeah, very happy.